The story of the African slave trade is one of humanity's darkest chapters, an era that reshaped nations, destroyed communities, and left scars that still exist today. It began in the 15th century when European powers, starting with Portugal, set their eyes on Africa's coastlines. At first, the encounters were about trade gold, ivory, and spices. But as colonies in the Americas grew, so did the hunger for labor. The fertile plantations of sugar, tobacco, and later cotton needed workers. And so, millions of Africans were captured, sold, and shipped across the Atlantic in what became the largest forced migration in history. The journey itself, the Middle Passage, was a nightmare. Shackled together in chains, men, women, and children were packed into ships like cargo. The air was foul, disease spread quickly, and death was a constant companion. Historians estimate that up to 2 million died before even reaching the Americas. Those who survived faced lives of brutal labor, separation from family, and a constant struggle for freedom. But even in the darkest times, there was resistance. Africans fought back, some revolted on slave ships, others escaped and formed free communities in the mountains and forests, defying colonial powers. Leaders like Toussaint Louverture in Haiti showed the world that enslaved people could rise up and reclaim their freedom. The impact on Africa was devastating. Kingdoms and villages were torn apart. Wars were fueled by the slave trade as some African rulers exchanged captives for European guns and goods. Entire generations were stolen, leaving deep wounds in culture, population, and development. By the late 18th and 19th centuries, the horrors of slavery could no longer be ignored. The abolition movement grew, pushed by freed Africans, activists, and humanitarians. Britain outlawed the trade in 1807, the U.S. followed in 1808, and slowly other nations joined. Yet slavery itself lingered in places well into the late 19th century. Today, the legacy of the slave trade is still visible in systemic racism, inequality, and the global spread of African culture through music, language, and traditions. From the sorrow of the Middle Passage to the resilience of the African diaspora, this story is not just about suffering, it's also about survival, strength, and the unbreakable will of a people who endured the unimaginable. So when we talk about the African slave trade, we remember not just the cruelty of history, but also the courage of those who lived through it. Their story is the world's story, a reminder that freedom, once lost, must be fought for and defended, always. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want more deep dives into the hidden and untold stories of history.